What's going on, guys? So I'm actually going to be doing two videos in one night, um, just because I wanted to discuss this issue for a while, and that's with my favorite team, the Houston Texans. So I have been a Houston Texans fan since 2011, and that was when Matt Schaub, J.J. Watt just got drafted. We still had Dwayne Brown, Arian Foster was still on the team, and I want to discuss, kind of where the team is at now. I've seen that we've made roster moves, but none of the moves have been very, very good in a sense. If that makes a little bit of sense, I guess. I don't want to be too redundant, but for me, what I've seen from what we've done, when our new GM, Nick, I don't know how to say his last name. I would butcher it. It's so hard to say. But when Nick became our GM, I was skeptical that they didn't use the gem searching firm that they were promised for Deshaun. Deshaun wanted to be a part of the GM search. I felt like the Houston Texans should have done something better. They should have had Watson in on the GM search instead of them going behind his back and doing that. But besides that, um, I know the Watson deal is a very sensitive topic in terms of that, and for that reason, I kind of wanted to talk about that first. Watson's a heck of a player. Now, his personal life, I I have seen some really really bad stuff, and I can say that it's he's probably going to be paying these women a bunch, and he's probably going to do some jail time. For me, Watson, in my eyes, if we had kept him, if he was going to be kept, he would have helped this franchise so much. I probably saw a Super Bowl in the next 2 3 years, in my personal opinion. Um, Especially with the development of Will Fuller. But with Watson on his way out, Fuller went to Miami, which I think is a good home for him. Uh, Tua is going to have a very good wide receiver as a deep threat. I mean, he hasn't been very good here just because of his injuries, but I do feel that the Texans are going to be rebuilding for a very long time. We've already went through one rebuild with Bill O'Brien, and it ended terribly. And Gary Kubiak, uh, you know, one of our first head coaches, and him having Matt Schaub and Arian Foster and Andre Johnson still was a good thing. But I just, as a Texans fan, I feel very sad because our entire team, has been dismantled. Our entire roster is literally just flipped upside down. Our entire roster. I don't think we've kept a lot of our team from last year. Will Fuller is gone, and then Deshaun Watson's on his way out. And then, we've signed a bunch of free agents. A bunch. Desmond King was a good signing, though, in my eyes. Um, I think probably the most underrated signing was Philip Lindsay. I don't know how he's going to do against, with our O line, but I also don't know how they're going to mix David Johnson and Mark Ingram together. I feel like with David Culley's offense, I think the running game is going to be very potent, only because I've seen he did in Baltimore with his wide receivers. His wide receivers did not do very well in Baltimore. They also did not have a legitimate quarterback in Lamar Jackson. To be fair, Lamar Jackson's a heck of a quarterback. It's just he's not a quarterback in the sense. He is a quarterback slash running back when he's back there. He runs the ball more often than not. So, I mean, of course, you're not going to have wide receivers getting 1,000+ yards or even 600 yards, or in a season. You're going to have wide receivers getting 400 yards in a season. But for me, the Houston Texans, I don't know how his offense is going to be. I saw Baltimore last year, and ever since Lamar Jackson's come to that team, they've been quite good. They've been quite good. Lamar Jackson being the youngest MVP in NFL history, which is quite an accomplishment, to be honest. But for me, I don't know where Houston's future is going to be. It's very much muddled, very muddy, in my personal opinion, very dirty because I don't know. You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's just the beginning, and rebuild is never a fun thing. It's never a thing that you want to be a part of. Unfortunately, though, for me, being a Houston Texas fan and a Spurs fan, both are going to be going through a rebuild pretty soon. I did want to talk about the quarterback situation, though. I know that Deshaun, he's gone. He's gone. He's not coming back. He's not coming back. Tyrod Taylor's solid. He's a solid backup. I don't know how he's going to play as a starter this year for us because it's going to be a little weird. I've only seen him, I've seen him be a starter a couple of times, and every single game we've ever played him, he's gotten his butt beat by us. Most notably was when he was on the Buffalo Bills and J.J. Watt picked him off and we won that game. Um, and J.J., him departing, I kind of knew he was going to, but him going to the Cardinals was very. I don't like that only because one, they're not there yet. They're not to the point where it's, oh, the Cardinals are a contender. No, they're like a year away, 2 years away. They're not, and we don't even know how much time he has left in the tank. He may only have a year or two left. So I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with that. But, anywho, I know for a fact, though, that I don't know how our O line is going to turn out. I know we have Charlie Heck. I know we have Laremy Tunsil, Titus Howard. Nick Martin's no longer on the team anymore. I mean, our O line's kind of in. It's not in good shape. Let's just say this entire team is just not in good shape. The only thing that I'm really excited about is our safeties and our cornerbacks, the young guys. Justin Reed has played like a dog his first couple seasons in the NFL. I've absolutely loved him. Um, Garon Conley has played very well. Bradley Roby has played very well. Garon Conley, I feel like, could use some work. I know that he's kind of an older cornerback, but older in the sense not being a rookie anymore. But I feel like he can still produce. Lonnie Johnson Jr. has been a heck of a player. I absolutely love the way he plays. He's so physical. He's a very physical, very long, very strong cornerback. So I'm very excited to see how he blossoms in Lovie Smith's defense. For me, though, I think the biggest thing for me is how our offense scores points. So Will Fuller, who is one of our deep threat options, is gone. Brandon Cooks is one of the few wide receivers there. Kiki has been very inconsistent. Isaiah Couture, I don't know how you say his last name. I'm sorry, I butchered it. But I don't really know how we're going to score the ball. And Darren Fells is not on the team anymore. He's gone. So not entirely sure how that's going to work. Jordan Atkins is old. He's going to be 28 next year, if I'm not mistaken. For me, though, I feel like the whole Texans team is in shambles. After Watson wanted a trade, it was over. The team had to rebuild. It was ridiculous. And with Miami having our pick, I wish that I could go back and change that trade with Laramie Tunsil because I feel like we could have gotten him for less, not 2, 3 first round picks, and not Kenny Stills, who was actually just going to be going anyway. I'm just saying. But for me, I'm kind of disappointed on how the Texans are right now. Deshaun has played great the past couple seasons, but he's no longer going to be on this roster. I don't even know if he's going to be in the league after this with the allegations he has against him. So, and I think I've covered most of it. Our linebacking core is not very good. The guys that we've gotten, don't get me wrong, they're very good football players. They're just not star level football players. The D line is not good. Hasn't been good for a couple years now. DJ Reader being gone, JJ Watt is gone. We don't really have a legit defensive line anymore. And then Bedardrick McKinney is gone. Zach Cunningham is the only really real linebacker we have left, and he actually led the league in tackles last year. But it didn't help because we still went 4-12. So for me, though, I personally think that the Houston Texans is probably going to have close to a 3 to 5 year rebuild. It's going to be a while. There's no way. There's no way that we come out and ball next year. There's no way. I predict probably our record will be. I hate to say it. I'm probably going to say 2-14. That's what I'm going to say. 2-14. I don't think that we'll play football very well. I think that we'll probably be one of the worst teams in the league. And as a Houston Texans fan, that's sad to say because a couple years ago, you know, when we were facing the Chiefs and we were up 24-0, and then all of a sudden we got blown out, we were like, what is going on? Well, but yeah, no, I'm very, very upset with how it kind of just turned out. I I wish Deshaun had not made his personal life choices in that aspect. I wish that he did not request a trade. I wish that JJ was still on the team. Uh, JJ is um, he's very close to my heart. He's the reason I actually started liking the Texans back in 2011. So yeah, this is kind of like my first video talking about the Houston Texans' future and how our just everything swirling around with the Texans. So um, go ahead and leave the like if you're still here. I'm just trying to make videos to see, if people actually want to conversate about this or, help me with discussions because, this is the whole reason I wanted to make this channel in the first place. It's kind of just a fun channel to have. Um, I'll probably try to upload once a week, probably. We'll see. I don't know yet, but I appreciate it. Thank you.